Mikeycat Outdoors here. So what are we doing today? I'm hanging out in the camper shell of my truck, trying to do just a little bit of outdoor camping this style. See how it goes. So this is kind of the look from inside of the camper shell. I got one of those cheap little net things that you put over like a cot for camp. I got that going over the top door of my camper shell and then just draping down. Got a little solar powered Lucy lantern there, providing a little bit of light, and I got my other light on right now for the truck. Got a little DC 12 volt powered oscillating fan. Just got it on static mode right now. Bought that at a truck stop one time. Got a couple of those. They're not too bad. They only draw about 6 watts power, so you don't need a very big battery bank to run those things for a long time. You can take a small little Sherpa 50 and run it for most of the night. I did that at camp one time. But that's just the Yeti 400 lithium right there. It just had like 47% when I took it out of the box. Like, yeah, I have to charge it up, but you know, 6 watts, 200 watt hours or something left. You know, it's gonna take a long time, so I ain't gonna do the math. But got my little campsite thermocell unit there, little green guy, and then I got my tiny little Cascade Wild little corrugated plastic folding table and extra thermocell pad. And I got a little crate in here, got my blanket, and brought my stuff out here, so thing ain't focusing worth a darn right now. There we go. So this truck, when I bought it years ago, bought it used, F-150. It's got the Ford cargo management rails system in it, which actually comes in pretty dang handy. I use those front ones all the time for attaching to my canoe and hammock or kayaks, and you know, it holds like 600 pounds each. You can move those things around, and same way, you know, if you need to lash lumber down or something, you know, use the side ones and little bungee cords things with the beaners on them. And so I got my Helinox cot. I got the cot light here, and it's like I lost an O-ring somewhere. Got my little Thermarest camp pillows. I got my little crate and cheap little, they call it a 40 degree, but it's really good to about 60 degrees. A little Walmart synthetic blanket there. So that pretty much sums up most of what I got in here. Nothing too fancy. I said just windows and carpeting on the roof, and my side window there don't work. I think it worked one time, and then the gearing stripped out. Other side works, but I got the tailgate open, so I'm good. But yeah, looks like a comfy little place to sleep tonight. So at a little bit of a slight angle sidewise. Hopefully I don't roll off, but if I do, I'll just roll into the wheel well. Yeah, that little Lucy lantern there. That's plenty of light for what I need. You know, I got my little man step. You can't really see it, but you know, on the side, yeah, when the light's on, you can see a little bit. Just go down here a little ways, past the front of the truck, and yeah, I mean, you might see a little bit of a light, but somebody driving by ain't really gonna worry too much about it. Pretty dim. You know, makes a nice little glow out the back. Not too bad. That little Lucy lantern's working pretty good, considering I just had that out in the sunlight for maybe a couple hours and got about a bar or two on the battery on it, and That's one of the 3-packs that you get, like 3 of them fairly cheap, but they don't have the USB plug-in or anything. They just run purely off solar. Hadn't used them for a while, and thought, well, I'll take one back out again. So, yeah, and then I said the Yeti power bank, that's my smallest one, 400 watt hour. I've got a 1,000 watt hour and a 1,500 watt hour Jackery, and then I think like a 2,000 watt hour Blue Eddy. So that's a small one. It's a lot easier to tote around. And then I got a little Sherpa 50, which for the fan would be perfect, but I hadn't charged it in a long time, so the battery died on it. And I said that Helinox cot there, that's the light. So that's the one that only weighs like 2 pounds. It's not too bad. It's a little pain in the butt to put together because it doesn't have the nice, you know, ratchet arms for the, you know, foot part there. But you just like turn it sideways and you just put one down on the ground, and then you just take the other and bend it down a little bit and flex it, and it pops in. So it's not too bad. A little campfire going today. So yeah, a little firewood I added to the wood that I had earlier. I had neighbor's pecan tree. Had a bunch of branches that fell down and stuff, broke them up while I was picking apples off my tree, and just made a little bit of a fire, used some pine cones as a fire starter, and went up pretty good. You know, once I got everything burning real good, I just went out to the wood pile and grabbed a little dried oak, and I got my cup over here, which coals seem to have died a little on it, but I'll move it a little bit, make me some tea in a little while, and have some chamomile, relax out here and enjoy the crickets. So I'm making some beer potato soup. So I got a little box potato soup mix, and I got a cozy little can of non-alcoholic Coors. Woohoo! So yeah, it's pretty foamed up at the moment. Eventually see how this turns out. So it ain't much to look at, but oh, it's delicious. Boiled that up a little bit, started foaming up, and got the pretty much most of the can of non-alcoholic beer in there, and potato soup, a little bit of onion and chive and stuff in it, and it's not too bad. Then I got some herbal tea over here, throat coat. I was sawing a bunch of wood earlier today, so I'm sure that's gonna make my sinuses feel great. But yeah, nice tasty soup. Turned out alright. Morning, everybody. It's about 10 till 8 in the morning. Slept alright. I had this little blankie here. I didn't open it up or anything, so I just had it kind of, you know, narrow width. Slept with it on top of me and just slept straight on the cot. I didn't get inside the bag or anything. Beer soup, the potato stuff was pretty good. Any beer stuff though just congests me a little bit, so even a near beer does a little bit, but not too bad compared to the real stuff. But yeah, they got a little stuffy. It tasted pretty good, and tea was good. And came in here and started getting situated and stuff, and got my phone on a charger and everything. Turned the fan on, had the fan running all night. It was just a gentle, vibrate in the truck. And put my earplugs in and fell asleep. Wasn't too bad. I put the tailgate up for a little more peace of mind and security, and it helps with the screen and everything too. So I don't have to worry about as much of the bottom being exposed where bugs could fly in. It's early in the night when I set it up, I had a moth or a mosquito pop in at the very bottom in the corners. But here it works a lot better. So yeah, not too bad. I think I could do this overland camping stuff in a truck somewhere. Always wanted to kind of do this for a while, and seen others do it. And there's a few places down in Shawnee Forest where I go camping, just park in like a parking area and just camp from the truck, and this will give me a little bit of peace and security, and well, not too bad. As you can see, the little bug net, it's just like I said, cheap one that you buy for $5 or $10 or something. You drape over a cot, and I used these at a youth camp a couple of years ago, and just tacked them up above us on the bunk bed cots and all this stuff, and I just draped it over the top of a camper shell door, and seals pretty good around the top. But like I said earlier, I set it up down in the corners and stuff, over there, it was curling a little bit. Now if you draped it straight to the edge of the tailgate where it meets the bed, let it go through the groove and stuff, then you got a little better coverage on the sides and everything, because it wasn't draping out as far. But there was still potential for a little gap, and I didn't want any raccoons or anything bothering me. We got some that hang out in the yard every once in a while, fight with the cats, and so I thought, yeah, I'll just put this up and I don't have to worry about anything bothering me. And so it's pretty good. A little bit of condensation actually on the camper shell windows this morning on both sides, so if that's just the morning dew or from my breath, but it's not too bad. It's probably, I don't know, an upper 50s, low 60s, maybe high mid 60s last night. So, comfortable weather. Not too bad. So my Lucy lantern stayed on for probably 2-3 hours from when I first turned it on. Then it just poof went out. I only had like 2 out of 3 bars on it from the charge when I first got it. Thermocell, I just turned that off a little bit this morning. It was running all night. Fell asleep with it. So the butane canisters last a long time. The pads, maybe a couple hours at most. So that thing's definitely used through, but keeps the bugs away. 15 foot radius is what they claim. And there you can see my Yeti is down at 37%. Started at 47%. So I had the fan running. It runs, I don't know, maybe about 6 watts, 14 watts, something like that. And had my phone charging, which it's still got a little thing hooked up, but Yeah. Not too bad. I went through 10% battery life for good 8 hours or something. So yeah, I mean, you get a little DC powered fan or DC powered fridge and not have any conversion loss. That stuff works pretty good, you know. I've seen some people doing these overland things where they'll put wood panels inside their camper shells, you know, and they'll have like a shelf that they'll put across at the head area or whatnot, you know, to store a bunch of stuff on. And yeah, if you want to get that fancy and do it all the time, but I usually use this for hauling junk and brush and everything. So you can tell there's a lot of brush, leaves, and parts of plants, parts of rose bushes, all sorts of stuff in here. So I'm not doing a big conversion on this, but I just use this as a utility truck whenever I need it. And you know, a lot of junk on the floor all the time. Floor's probably the cleanest I've seen it in a while. It's still got some dust and stuff, but that's why I got the cot. So I don't have to worry about any rose thorns or anything poking my air pad. The cot just keeps me off of all this and gives me a flat place to lay, and so not too bad. I just converted over to daytime lounging mode. So I set my cot up on the side and got one of these tiny little Alps mountaineering chairs. I got another chair kind of like that. I got Cabela's one time, but yeah, these ones, I think I bought them off Sierra Trading Post or something. They're not too bad for lounging around and low the ground, and use those in my hot tents. So you don't have a real high, you know, headspace or anything you gotta worry about. But yeah, I mean, it works perfectly in here. So you can just kind of lounge around in the daytime, just set your cot off to the side and put your pillows and bedding up in a little crate there. And if you got two of you though, you have to put your stuff in the cab, but you know, you could fit two people in here pretty well. Not too bad layout. And we're cooking with peanut oil. So we're only using 7 watts of output power to run that little 12-volt fan. So that's pretty darn good. Everybody, if you like what you've seen, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I'll catch you again in the outdoors. Thanks for watching.